Hi, guys. Welcome back. Spoiler alert. A number of Easter eggs from previous Godzilla films are included in Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire, which reunites Godzilla with his longtime adversary. Although Godzilla and Kong are typically adversaries, the two kaiju have occasionally joined forces to combat dangers to civilization. And each film in the Godzilla Kong Monsterverse franchise reveals a different aspect of the well-known figures. Kong returns to Earth in Godzilla x Kong, and although he and Godzilla face a more formidable foe in the form of the Scar King, they engage in combat once more. Given the abundance of villains and heroes that have not yet been featured in the Monsterverse films, the Godzilla and Kong films and television series have enough history to draw upon in order to carry on the storylines of both Godzilla and Kong. Numerous of these figures have been mentioned, either in fleeting snippets of cave art, in more subdued homages to fighting techniques in certain film sequences, or, as in Godzilla x Kong, in intriguing teases of potential future plots. Possibly more than any other Godzilla film, Godzilla x Kong has provided audiences hints about what Godzilla and Kong will look like in the future, frequently through subtly placed Easter eggs. 10. An authentic homage to Godzilla. The stomp of Godzilla is a verified -1 illusion. Although the majority of Godzilla x Kong's Easter eggs are obvious homages, the filmmakers haven't acknowledged them all. However, Adam Wingard, the director of Godzilla x Kong, has revealed that one of the Easter eggs was a purposeful illusion. When Godzilla stomps on the Easter egg-filled Godzilla painting, it swiftly turns to rubble, but Wingard thought he might improve the scene. When he viewed the trailer for another Godzilla film, the answer became clear. 9. Since its appearance in the 1964 film Mothra vs. Godzilla, the skeleton has been a huge favorite among Godzilla fans. On Infant Island, it is one of the several unfortunate dead and dying creatures that are referred to as the mysterious bones. The skeleton's unique look has made it memorable, even if none of the characters seem to notice or engage with it. The skeleton is depicted as a live monster in the Godzilla Rulers of Earth comic, but many of its bones seem to move in the wind in Mothra vs. Godzilla, so it's unclear if it's a dead creature or just an odd-looking one. A sketch of the skeleton can be easily overlooked in Godzilla's mural because it is placed beneath a more enigmatic illustration that looks like a kaiju from Pacific Rim, which is not a Godzilla film. 8. Death's Kiss. Godzilla performs another combat move. The most effective of Godzilla's many abilities and combat maneuvers make use of either his size and strength or his trademark atomic breath. Godzilla first used the Kiss of Death move in the 2014 Godzilla film, in which he tore open the female Muto's jaws and blasted her lips with his blue atomic breath. One of Godzilla's most iconic killings, it makes an appearance in Godzilla x Kong as an Easter egg. In Godzilla x Kong, Godzilla fights and vanquishes huge monsters, sometimes known as titans, on Earth's surface in order to maintain order. One of these is Scylla, a radiation-feeding creature that resembles a hybrid between a spider and a sea monster. In Rome's Colosseum, Godzilla uses his signature move, the Kiss of Death, to slay Scylla. This maneuver was so well liked by fans that it has become part of Godzilla mythology. 7. Preserve the planet. Those who view Godzilla's pizza mural tag get 3 Easter eggs in one. A note that reads, "Save the Earth," with a drawing of 2 eyes, is located at the bottom right of the Godzilla x Kong pizza mural, which is filled with Godzilla Easter eggs. Given that the 2004 Godzilla video game's title is Save the Earth, this gives the audience 3 Easter eggs in one. The third Easter egg is revealed to audiences in the Godzilla film Godzilla vs. Hedorah, which also has this title. Hedorah is a Godzilla adversary that represents pollution and smog. It resembles a black mass of smog and oil with 2 enormous eyes spaced widely apart. Similar to the Godzilla painting in Rome, this might allude to the themes of upcoming Godzilla films. Although Hedorah hasn't yet made an appearance in any Godzilla films from the West, it poses such a menace to humanity that its appearance in the Monsterverse may not be far off. 6. The Godzilla Stomp. Godzilla has already used this move against Kong. Despite their uncomfortable truce at the end of Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla and Kong are still capable of fighting. Godzilla briefly fights Kong again in Godzilla x Kong, reminding the enormous ape kaiju of how things went the last time this occurred. Mothra shows up to break up the fight between the pyramids after Godzilla stomps on Kong's chest. This combat maneuver is a reference to Godzilla vs. Kong, where Kong nearly died due to Godzilla's trademark stomping motion. Because the stomp was so successful the last time viewers witnessed the kaiju fighting, it made the outcome of the fight somewhat unpredictable. The fight itself was not expected, though, because in Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla displayed mercy, whereas in Godzilla vs. Kong, Mothra had to step in to stop Godzilla from attacking full force. 5. The footprint of France. Godzilla x Kong illusions. The French footprint in Godzilla 1 is the most unpopular Godzilla film ever. Sensing an impending confrontation, Godzilla travels to a nuclear plant in France to absorb radiation in Godzilla x Kong. In a very short sequence, French soldiers witness Godzilla's enormous footsteps as he makes his way to the power station. The sequence may be an Easter egg for a failed Godzilla film that was so despised by Japan's Toho studio that it was disowned. Godzilla was recast as an iguana-like creature in the Godzilla movie from 1998. The majority of the essential elements that made Godzilla's tail appealing to a Japanese audience were removed, and Yosuke Ogura, a spokesperson for Toho, called the design a disaster. The footprint illusion in Godzilla x Kong is probably a brief and humorous reminder of the French's significant involvement in the 1998 Godzilla film, as it was one of its defining scenes. 4. Godzilla in pink. One of Godzilla's most terrifying appearances is referenced. Depending on the film in which he appears, Godzilla's abilities might alter, and in many of the Godzilla films, he adopts a distinctive hue. Due to his absorption of Tiamat's energies, Godzilla x Kong's Godzilla has pink atomic breath. The first film to feature Godzilla with pink atomic breath was Godzilla x Kong, but this new pink Godzilla looks like a different kaiju. The theme of mutation. Because he changes throughout the film, Shin Godzilla is possibly the most unsettling of all the Godzilla films. Shin Godzilla's entire body could emit a pink or purple glow, and his spines also had that tint. Even Shin Godzilla's atomic abilities, however, were inferior to the new ones in Godzilla x Kong. It's unclear if Godzilla will possess the same abilities in his upcoming film, since this color was created by the energy of another kaiju. 3. Troll for podcasts. Ghidorah Stan64 could provide support in Godzilla x Kong, Bernie. The Ghidorah hint discloses that he has been battling a bothersome troll who goes by the moniker Ghidorah Stan64. Given that the three-headed dragon King Ghidorah first appeared in the Godzilla film Ghidorah, the Three-Headed Monster, which came out in 1964, the name is a double reference. One of the most powerful and vicious antagonists in the Godzilla series, King Ghidorah, may make a comeback to wreak more mayhem. It was implied that Ghidorah had been destroyed at the conclusion of Godzilla vs. Kong. It seemed as though the dragon-like space monster had vanished when Kong destroyed Mechagodzilla after Ghidorah's consciousness had been given to him. Nevertheless, Ghidorah's consciousness might have survived, or a portion of it might have been gathered for future reconstruction. The enemy might have more harm to do if Ghidorah has a superfan on Earth who is already making Bernie's life unpleasant. 2. Bernie's podcast. An intriguing hint for a Godzilla movie could be found in Planet X on the horizon. Since his initial appearance in Godzilla vs. Kong, Bernie Hayes, a former podcaster and cybernetics technician, has been intrigued by the Roswell alien landing. Bernie discusses a podcast in Godzilla x Kong called Planet X on the Horizon, and he looks into and explores his conspiracy beliefs on his own podcast, Titan Truth. Bernie's intricate conspiracy wall contains multiple references to Planet X, which may allude to the larger plot of future Godzilla films. Some of Bernie's podcast episode titles, including some that also use the moniker Planet X, are displayed by Godzilla x Kong. This is a reference to the Godzilla movie Invasion of Astro Monster, which has the mysterious Planet X as a central location. If Planet X is indeed on the horizon, this could hint that later Godzilla movies will feature threats from space. As King Ghidorah is from space, Godzilla x Kong may have shown viewers an upcoming villain. 1. Jaguar Jet. There is a reference to a well-known Godzilla theme song. Jet Jaguar was one iconic figure who was thought to have the least chance of appearing in Godzilla's resurrected Monsterverse. The amiable and valiant robot was one of the more kid-friendly Godzilla characters, And it doesn't seem to fit in with the new Monsterverse, which has been emphasizing large-scale graphics and character battles. But Godzilla x Kong had an Easter egg that alluded to the well-known jet Jaguar. In Godzilla x Kong, Godzilla returns to Rome and is depicted eating pizza in an intriguing mural on the wall. The words punch, punch, punch appear next to him. This is the name of Jet Jaguar's theme song, and beneath the lyrics is a drawing of his arm to emphasize the Jet Jaguar illusion. The likelihood of seeing a Jet Jaguar may increase, since humans are now undergoing cybernetic changes in the Monsterverse. Thanks for watching.